Yeah, I was having a conversation recently with my son, and he was talking about getting a job. He's a recent college graduate, so he, was like, "Well, Mom, I want to get a job that I love, a job that I'm passionate about. I don't want to be," his words were, "miserable because of money." So, what's your advice for not just him, but for other young people that may be watching this video about taking jobs? Should they take the job for the money? Should they take the job for the passion?
I think that's a great question. A lot of kids need to hear this, and please send this to some kids that you know. You know, we our children these days really are trying to circumvent the system and trying to circumvent the process when it comes to growing and taking care of a family or taking care of themselves, then taking care of a family, a wife, a spouse, whoever. It's a process to this thing. You know what I'm saying? It's not just, oh, I jump into my career and, it's no struggle. It's no grind. I'm just immediately in the space where I want to be and I'm going to be there for the rest of my life. That's a bit delusional. Even the people who you might see at 19, 20, 21 that's rocking and rolling in a career, it's a good chance that whatever they're doing, they've been doing it since 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So you see what I'm saying? It's some time that's been put into that to put them in the position where they are. Even when you graduate college nowadays, they ask you, what experience do you have doing what it is that you want to do when you're applying for a job? And when we were growing up, we'll say, what? I ain't got no experience. I just graduated college. No, because they understand that you don't have to wait till you graduate college. You don't have to wait till you go to college to start becoming better or great at a thing. But if you are one of those individuals that just graduated college and you haven't decided until you graduated college exactly what you want to do, you have to go through the pipeline like everybody else. Can you go through it faster? Yes. Can you go through it better and more style? Hell yeah. But the pipeline, you're destined for the pipeline too. So when you do that and go get this job pipeline, what I'm talking about, for the ones who still understand that a job is important, you shouldn't be looking for focusing on money with the job. Because if you're focusing on the first thing, you need to be finding a job where you can learn something. People, oh man, I know everything. No, a lot of careers, especially in college, they're not preparing you for that career, especially not hands on. And then a lot of businesses aren't investing as much as they used to in training. So they might pay for certifications and you might have to go out and find the certification, take it, let them reimburse you, or maybe you bring it to them and they'll give you some money. But again, learning how to actually do that job, most four-year colleges aren't preparing you for that. So you have to take it upon yourself to go ahead and do that. And then also, if you can be blessed to find that job, that's going to help you grow in the space that you are. Like, hey, look, they train me. I'm under these amazing people, professionals that's going to teach me how to do this game. Not only teaching you how to do the business, but you get a chance to meet people, network in that space. So, give you an example, make it plain. You're an engineer. All right, yes, you learned all of the math stuff in the world, science, math, whatever you needed for engineering, physics, all that other stuff. But once you get on the job is when you're really going to train. That's what you're really going to learn. Then you're going to learn how the business of engineering work. Average human don't know the business of engineering. You have to be in engineering to know the business of engineering. And so this is what they're lying to you on social media. So you get in there, learn all you need to learn, right? Then the second thing you should be looking for is a place where you have growth. If you come in there at the most perfect job in the world, as soon as you come out of college or you come out of high school, that might not be the best thing for you long term, really short term in the next 2, 3 years. And so, because your life is going to change. So, if you're in a position but you got the dopest boss, you got the dopest coworkers, you got all that stuff going on, and you got the dopest salary for a 22, 23, 24-year-old, that's cool. But when you become 25, 26, 27, and you got a little girlfriend or a fiance or a husband, a boyfriend or whatever you got, and you got this car that you bought when you first got the nice job and the crib that you bought. And now none of that fits your lifestyle 2-3 years from now. None of it. What was cute, that $60,000 paid for everything 3 years ago when you started. Now it don't pay for what you need when you got a baby on the way, you got a spouse or a potential spouse, you got all this other stuff. That 60 ain't the same. That boss, that was the dopest boss and manager, they've moved on. They went to another company or they moved up to another department. They're no longer there. The new boss is hell. They're driving you up the wall. You don't like him or her. Or this is the worst thing. It might sound like the best thing, but this is the worst thing. You become the boss. Now all your coworkers that was friends that invited you to happy hour, you no longer happy hour with them no more. Invited you to their family functions because you became one of them. You no longer in their crew. You the one of the bosses. You the ones they talk about all the time. When y'all used to talk about the manager all the time, you the manager. They're talking about you now. So you got to go ahead on. So jobs change. So getting that job where you see where you're going to take that growth and you got another position over you, another position where you can go. What happens when you learn all you can learn and you got multiple positions to grow on? The money follows. That's why that should be the third thing you're looking at when you go into the job, the money. Because if you get those first two, you don't have to worry about the money. I don't know many people, I mean very little people, who got 3 or 4 promotions and still making the same money that they was making when they first started. You know, or learned so much, got a whole bunch of training, certifications, other degrees, and still going back to work making the same money. That's not on the job. That's your fault if that's the case. So once you do all of this right here, and you start finding out, once you level off in your life, then you can tell yourself how much money or what's your sweet spot, things like that. You haven't done anything yet. You have to have some experiences. You have to know what your limitations are, know what your growth situation is. More importantly, you have to become what that thing is that you're dreaming about. We all want doctor money without going through the doctor hell. You know what I'm saying? Like that doctor went through all that school for a reason. Like they say, paid the cost to be the boss. They took the time. They was in 8 years of post-high school degree in school, or 10 sometime with residency and everything like that, before they started getting hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. We got to stop lying to our kids, telling them that the gauntlet is not for them. They don't have to go through the gauntlet. You have to go through. This is just like boot camp. Everybody got to go through boot camp before they become a soldier. And you got to do that too. Now, just because you see 1 or 2 people on social media tell you that they hit the lottery and now have to do no real work, please don't fall for that. The majority of people, and a lot of us fall in the majority, have to put that work in, go through the process to get what we want. But figure out your process, figure out your destination, know where you are, know where you want to go, and then you can start charting your path. But don't worry about what you're passionate about. Don't worry about what you're going to be happy about when you're that age. What you're happy about at 21, damn sure not going to make you happy at 23 or 24. That's just not true. So allow yourself room to grow and be flexible and grow exactly into who you're going to be, the man and the woman you want to be, and then dictate your job by that. But you're not stuck at the job you get out of college. You can have 10 jobs throughout your career. I wouldn't change professions so much, but you can change jobs many times you need to.